Hey guys, wow, it's bright in here. Got the sun shining through the window there, and I've got my other lights, and it's taking my eyes a little bit to adjust. Well, sorry for getting my Wednesday update up a little late. I had recorded it first thing this morning, but the footage just didn't turn out good enough for me. So here I am again, but sorry I'm late. I also have some RC10 footage, the build plus my first runs. Which I took it out to some baseball diamonds and ran around, which was tons of fun. Like, and a dirt parking lot. Like, this thing with the gyro on it, just, I mean, any car with the gyro on it helps a lot. But I mean, even without the gyro, this car was fun. But it's just, it's cool to just zing it along on like a flat dirt surface. I hope to build a bunch of like. I wanted to do some vacuum forming, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. But just little jumps, pretty much all the same height and size, and just so I could lay out like a dozen of them around a dirt parking lot, and then that's like a track that you have to zip along. But enough about that. What else has been going on? Well, I scored pretty big recently. I found a guy. Well, actually, it started with a customer who came into work, showed me a 10th scale Kyosho. I can't remember which one, but it's electric. So a 10th scale Kyosho and also an Eagle Racing drift car. And he said, this guy's getting rid of this stuff. I got both of them for $70 each. And he gave me a rolling chassis of identical Kyosho 10th scale buggy. And so he's got a bunch of spare parts. And so it was hard for me not to hit him up a couple days later. And I ended up going and hanging out with him for a couple hours one night and having a good chat. And I walked away with a brushless Rustler. I don't know why they put smaller tires on there, really. I think they wanted to do some street racing style stuff with it, maybe. Sadly, I don't know if they forgot to put the hex pin in this one, but or is it this tire? Let's see. Yep, it's this one. I can hold the axle still and spin the tire, so there's no hex pin in there, and I'm having difficulties getting that nut off. This one does have the pin in there, so I will be able to get it off, I believe, because I can't. Yeah, that one always. I'm pretty sure there's a pin in this one. And it also came with a second transmission with everything included in there, so pretty excited about that. I scored this. I also got, so this is the chassis, and it's a little bit disassembled, but it's a 9th scale nitro Kyosho. And I guess the parts from this guy, or most of the parts from this guy, not including the A-arms and like dog bones and stuff like that, but I guess like the gears, like the differentials and the shocks will also fit onto this, the Kyosho DBXVE that I got. And yeah, I mean the main difference I see here is just longer arms and bones and just linkages and stuff like that. That's pretty much the main difference that I see between these two. This one's got a cool blue pan, but I think they're pretty much, this is supposed to be a 10th scale, and I guess this other one's a 9th scale technically, but that's what I was told. I don't know if that's true or not. So I'm still trying to figure out which this Nitro Kyosho is. This is the motor that it came with. Well, here's the Orion, here's the Orion motor, 2800 kV that the 10th scale electric Kyosho came with, and here's the Orion 2 Pro ESC, but evidently the ESC is shot. But once I tell you how much I paid for all this, you'll realize why I don't care. And I also got this Kyosho nitro motor along with the nitro car, so of course it is complete. Oops, dripping nitro a little bit. But it does fire up. It doesn't really want to stay running. It hasn't been tuned since like 2010. But the fact that it fires up still makes me happy. The Orion motor does still work, and everything on the brushless Rustler still works too. Then I got this slew of tires, the stock Rustler tires, what looks to be well, they're buggy tires, but they actually look like the Dominus 10TR truggy tires from Helion RC, and then a couple more front buggy tires, some HPI rims of some sort. I mean, I don't know what they would go on stock, but there's some sand paws on them right now, and some fairly used slash tires, and then some more sand paws. So that's pretty much everything that I scored. He said there's going to be some more Traxxas parts that are laying around that he'll gather up and call me when he's done that, and he'll just toss them to me. So I paid $100 for all this. The Rustler honestly is not very beat up. It's already got RPM rear A-arms, aluminum. It looks like to be Traxxas brand. The aluminum knuckles, and then RPM caster blocks up front. It has a Pro Boat servo in here. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into it honestly to know if that's good or not or anything. But I also have some rear kind of shock spring guards on there. I don't know if I'll leave them on or not. But anyways, very happy about this find. And I'll be taking these tires off the Rustler and putting the stock ones back on. And speaking of swapping tires, I cleaned up my stock tires for the Axial Yeti, and I'm going to be putting them back on for a little while. If I do have trouble still with the beads coming off, I think I'm actually going to glue these tires on. And the reason why is because if I get another set of bead locks regardless, I'm going to be getting a different set of tires to put on them anyway. So I wouldn't mind if these are just glued on. So that's another thing that's going on. I also have my Xiaomi Yi action camera on the way, and I just got updated, I guess, this morning, or no, yesterday, that it's been shipped. So Tuesday it was shipped, 3 to 5 day shipping through DHL, so I'm crossing my fingers that it gets here sooner than later. And oh, there's a fly swap going on this weekend, or I guess Friday evening, so I hope to get a lot of footage of that. I'm going to be rebuilding a plane and maybe building a new plane. I probably won't get my quadcopter fixed for it because I'm going to be using a motor from my quadcopter to build a plane, but that's okay. I would have liked to get some aerial photography sort of stuff, or maybe even done some FPV out there, but I think it's going to be busy enough and I'm going to be socializing a lot that I'll probably only have enough time to fly a couple times. So other than that, one last thing I guess I'll leave off, unless I think of something else, is I might actually be getting my ground school license here soon. And that has to do with UAV stuff. My university wants to start some education on that end of things since we're really starting to get into it. And I've got an opportunity to do so. And I'm going to take it up because even having just the ground schooling out of the way, in the future, if I want to get my actual pilot license, I could do that just a little easier. And so I'm actually pretty dang excited to do that. I've been gathering up a group of RC guys, and evidently there's a 8th to 5th scale track out like 10 minutes from town that about 3 months ago a construction crew built and wanted to just like get it worked in for a while and get a few people introduced here and there. And now some friends of theirs are starting to bring a few more people out there, but it's not a 10th scale track, I guess. Well, I guess that's about all I have, guys. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate all the views and the support that I do get. Please follow me on Twitter and leave all the comments you have down below. If you have any ideas to what this one Kyosho might be, I've actually posted some pictures on my Twitter feed, so just hop on there, scroll down a little ways, and you'll see it. And if not, just hit me up for more questions, and I'll just post some pictures or send them your way. And yeah, well, I hope you have fun this weekend, and hope you guys get out there and play with your RC cars. Please post your pictures and share what you guys are up to.